Welcome to USA Old Coins, your ultimate destination for exploring the fascinating world of American coins. Today, we're diving into the iconic Washington quarter dollars, celebrating every state in the Union. From the stunning designs that capture each state's unique history to the stories behind these collectible treasures, this video will take you on a journey across the United States, one quarter at a time. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about the stories these coins tell, stay tuned, because each quarter has a tale worth discovering. Top 1. From the moment you pick up a coin from your pocket, you hold a tiny piece of America's story, but today's journey takes us far beyond an ordinary coin. Today, we step into the world of the United States of America Washington quarter dollar from the state of Indiana, minted in the year 2002. A coin that carries not just value but history, speed, pride, and the spirit of exploration. This is not just a coin, it is a tribute cast in metal, a symbol of the heartland's relentless drive toward progress. As the story opens, imagine yourself standing in the middle of the vast plains of Indiana, where the wind whispers through open fields and history echoes across every road. The 2002 Indiana State Quarter was created to honor this iconic state, and every line engraved on this coin retells the story of people who dared to push boundaries. With the speed of the Indy 500 and the calm strength of the Midwest, this coin captures the essence of a place where innovation thrived long before it was fashionable. The minting of this quarter was part of the legendary 50 State Quarters program, a program that breathed life into American pockets between 1999 and 2008. Each state was given a chance to show its soul in a single design, and Indiana chose to showcase what it treasures most: the checkered path of racing glory, a star marking its place on the national map, and the silhouette of an open-wheel race car that reminds the world why speed is deeply woven into Indiana's identity. When artists first drafted ideas for the Indiana quarter, dozens of designs circled around different themes, but one stood out: the image of the Indianapolis 500 race car. The people of Indiana rallied around this powerful symbol, and when the design was approved, it became a moment of pride for the entire state. In the quiet halls of the United States Mint, the coin's dies were prepared, crafted with precision, and struck with force, imprinting Indiana's legacy into millions of quarters. Collectors around the world adore this quarter because it doesn't simply represent a state, it represents movement, ambition, and the courage to challenge limitations. From the moment this coin entered circulation, it captured the attention of numismatists who knew that special strikes and rare variations would one day turn ordinary pocket change into extraordinary treasures. Take a moment and picture the obverse side. The familiar portrait of George Washington, stern yet calm, a design Americans have trusted since 1932. But flip it to the reverse, and there lies the magic: the outline of Indiana, the racing car speeding forward, and a star marking the state's capital. It is not a crowded design, it is clean, bold, and unforgettable, just like Indiana's history itself. But what transforms a 2002 Indiana State Quarter from a simple circulating coin into an incredible collector's find? It is the rare combination of pristine condition, sharp mint strike, untouched surfaces, and sometimes unexpected minting errors that turn an already iconic coin into a treasure worth searching for. In the coin collecting world, details matter more than anything. A microscopic scratch can reduce value, while a perfectly clear strike can skyrocket it. When collectors search for this Indiana quarter, they examine the shimmer of the luster, the depth of the engravings, and the crispness of Washington's profile. A flawless example stands out like a diamond. Minting errors play a huge role in raising the excitement around this coin. Coins with die cracks, off-center strikes, double dies, or improperly filled elements can become incredibly valuable. A rare Indiana quarter showing such errors instantly becomes the star of an auction room, with bidders eagerly trying to outdo each other. The Philadelphia Mint and Denver Mint both produced this coin in large quantities, but only a tiny percentage survived in immaculate condition. Most coins passed through countless hands, vending machines, and coin jars. Only a few escaped into protective holders before they were ever used, and those untouched survivors are now worth far more than pocket change. Collectors often talk about the emotional connection they feel with this state quarter. For some, it reminds them of attending the Indy 500 with their family. For others, It brings back memories of growing up in Indiana, spending summer evenings listening to engines roar at local tracks. A coin becomes valuable not just because of rarity, but because of the stories people associate with it. Imagine a collector walking into a coin show, holding a small folder with a perfectly preserved 2002 Indiana State quarter. The moment they open the folder, the coin glows under the bright lights, and the murmurs grow louder. Other collectors gather around, admiring the immaculate surfaces, every detail crisp, every curve flawless. Some of the highest value Indiana State quarters were found unexpectedly, inside old piggy banks, tucked in forgotten dresser drawers, or hidden in jars filled with coins saved over the years. These real-world discoveries excite new collectors, reminding them that treasures still hide in plain sight. The design of the Indy race car on the reverse side is more than artistic decoration. It symbolizes Indiana's status as the racing capital of the world. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway, home of the world-famous Indy 500, is woven into the identity of the coin, making it an emotional favorite for racing fans and collectors alike. When you admire the quarter carefully, you'll notice the words Crossroads of America, Indiana's traditional nickname, engraved proudly. It represents the idea that countless journeys pass through this state, connecting people and places. And just like those roads, this coin connects collectors to history. The coin's silver-gray shine, its polished finish, and the way light dances across the engraved racing car give the coin a sense of motion. Even though it is made of copper and nickel, the way it is designed makes it feel alive, as if echoing the roar of race day engines. Stories circulate about lucky collectors who came across near-perfect examples in circulation, a rare stroke of fortune that left them speechless. These stories inspire thousands of viewers daily to check their pockets, their savings jars, and even their old family coin boxes. The United States Mint artisans who shaped this coin spent months perfecting the design, ensuring every curve of the race car was accurate and every outline of the state was sharp. Their dedication transformed the coin into a piece of art that continues to inspire 2 decades later. Even today, collectors hunt for graded examples of the 2002 Indiana quarter certified by major grading services. Coins that score the highest grades become instant highlights for serious numismatists, often displayed proudly in sealed cases where they remain untouched for generations. The charm of this coin lies not only in design and rarity, but in the human stories tied to it. A grandfather passing his collection to his grandson, a collector trading his rarest find at a local show, or a beginner discovering their first valuable coin. All these stories are part of the quarter's majestic journey. Racing fans especially adore this coin because it immortalizes one of America's greatest sports. Every time someone flips this quarter between their fingers, it reminds them of the thunderous roar of engines, the cheering crowds, and the breathtaking speed that defines the Indy 500. This coin has gained legendary status among state quarters. While millions were minted, only a handful survived the years without scratches or wear. That tiny surviving population is what drives collectors' excitement and pushes auction values to unbelievable heights. A coin like this does not just represent history, it brings it alive. Each groove represents movement, each letter a chapter, and each shine a memory preserved across time. Holding it feels like holding a fragment of America's racing spirit in your hands. Collectors often say that this Indiana quarter is one of the most beautifully balanced designs of all the state quarters. It's simple yet expressive, modern yet timeless, and bold without being overwhelming. A true masterpiece of the 50 state quarters series. Imagine placing this coin under a magnifying glass and observing every detail. The engravings look like miniature sculptures, and the metal surface captures reflections like a tiny mirror of the past. Every line tells the story of the year 2002, a year of creativity, innovation, and pride for Indiana. Some special examples of this coin have been sold in auctions at astonishing prices, leaving audiences amazed. These events create a wave of excitement among collectors, motivating them to search through their own coins with renewed enthusiasm. The highest known value for a rare and pristine 2002 Indiana Washington quarter dollar has reached an unbelievable $90,000. Comment below about your own coins so we can help you learn their secrets, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Comment your thoughts. And like the video to support our work as we continue bringing you the most interesting stories from the world of rare American coins. Top 2. There are moments in history when a simple object becomes a gateway to the past, and today we hold such a gateway in the palm of our hands. The United States of America Washington quarter dollar honoring Frederick Douglass from the year 2017 is not just a coin, it is a powerful symbol of courage, resilience, and transformation. As we begin this journey, imagine yourself stepping into a world where every detail engraved on this coin breathes life into the legacy of a man who changed the course of American history. The story of this remarkable coin begins with the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a program designed to celebrate national parks, historic landmarks, and places where America's soul lives on. In 2017, one of the most powerful designs in the entire series was released, the Frederick Douglass Quarter, honoring the Frederick Douglass National Historic Site located in Washington, D.C. With its bold imagery and deep symbolism, this coin immediately stood out among collectors. Imagine yourself standing in front of Frederick Douglass's historic home, Cedar Hill, a place where he wrote, spoke, taught, and fought for the rights of millions. The designers of the 2017 quarter wanted to capture that moment, that strength, that presence. And when you flip the coin over, you see Douglass seated at his writing desk, working with the same determination that carried him through every stage of his extraordinary life. The process of designing this coin was not easy. Artists submitted sketches, engravers refined their ideas, and historians reviewed every detail to ensure that the portrait of Frederick Douglass reflected both his dignity and his passion. The final design shows Douglass facing outward, looking toward the future as he writes, while the beautiful facade of his historic home stands behind him like an anchor to his inspiring past. Collectors were instantly drawn to the coin not only for its beauty, but for what it represents. Frederick Douglass was born into slavery, fought for freedom, became one of the greatest writers and speakers in American history, and left a legacy that continues to shape the world. Owning a coin that honors his name feels like holding a piece of that legacy, a reminder of the strength and courage of a man who refused to be defeated. The obverse of the coin continues to feature the familiar portrait of George Washington, unchanged yet stronger than ever, a reminder of the continuity of American coinage. But it is the reverse side, the side that honors Douglass, that truly captures attention. His calm yet determined posture tells a story. The mountains of paper on his desk reflect his dedication. The elegant structure of his home in the background symbolizes stability, intellect, and hope. When collectors examine this coin, they often step back and appreciate the artistry. The lines are sharp, the details rich, the design balanced. Every curve of the building, every fold of Douglass's coat, every stroke of the engraving was placed with devotion. This is not a rushed design, it is a tribute crafted with care, but beyond the beauty lies value, and that is what excites collectors the most. While millions of these quarters circulated throughout the country, only a small number survived in pristine, untouched condition. These high-grade examples are the ones that have amazed buyers and sellers alike in auctions. A coin like this becomes valuable because of condition, rarity, strike quality, and sometimes even minting errors. A perfectly preserved Frederick Douglass quarter, shining with original mint luster, becomes a treasure worth protecting. When collectors hold such a coin under bright light, it reflects the world like a tiny mirror of the past. Sometimes, unusual minting errors appear on these quarters, doubled images, off-center strikes, die cracks, or missing details, and these errors elevate a coin from interesting to extraordinary. Collectors search tirelessly for such variations, hoping to find that one rare mistake that transforms an ordinary coin into a high-value prize. The Philadelphia Mint and Denver Mint both produced millions of these quarters, but only a fraction remain in flawless condition. Most passed through countless hands, vending machines, pockets, and cash registers, losing their shine along the way. The rare survivors, the untouched gems, are the ones that fetch astonishing prices. The Frederick Douglass quarter holds a very special place among collectors because it honors not a state or a landmark alone, but a person whose life story changed the fabric of America. It is rare to see a coin that carries this much emotional weight, this much meaning, and this much inspiration. Imagine a collector attending a coin show, opening a display case filled with this stunning quarter. Other collectors gather around, admiring the crisp detail and the immaculate condition. They know this is not just a coin, it is a tribute to a hero, and treasures like this are not easily found. Some lucky people discovered valuable Frederick Douglass quarters in pocket change, unaware at first of the treasure they held. Stories like these fuel excitement among collectors, motivating them to check their own coins, hoping to uncover a rare and valuable example. Take a moment to picture Douglass's profile on the coin, the determination in his eyes, the strength in his posture, the power in his writing. It is almost as if the coin immortalizes a single moment of inspiration, a moment when he was crafting words that would echo for generations. The building in the background, Cedar Hill, stands tall on the coin's reverse, just as it stands tall in real life. It is a place of memories, conversations, books, and battles fought with ink and intellect. The coin captures this world in miniature. Collectors often reflect on how unusual it is for a quarter to feature a historical hero working at his writing desk. This is not an action scene, not a dramatic pose, but a moment of clarity, a moment that shaped history. That is part of what makes the coin unique among the entire America the Beautiful series. Over the years, this coin has become more respected and more admired. Its simple yet deeply meaningful design has drawn collectors of all ages, from beginners to seasoned numismatists who appreciate both art and history preserved in metal. The Frederick Douglass quarter is also a favorite among teachers and historians who use it to tell stories to their students. It becomes a bridge between past and present, a reminder that people like Douglass shaped America with their words, courage, and determination. Even though the coin is common in circulation, the rare high-grade examples are anything but common. These coins, preserved carefully since 2017, have reached impressive levels of value, especially when authenticated and graded by professional agencies. Stories of rare examples being sold for high prices continue to inspire collectors. They remind people that treasures might be sitting quietly in their coin jars, waiting to be discovered. This excitement keeps the hobby alive and thriving. The beauty of the Frederick Douglass quarter lies not just in its design but in the message it carries, a message of resilience, struggle, and triumph. Holding the coin feels like holding a piece of American courage. For many collectors, this coin is more than an object. It is a reminder of the importance of education, literacy, and the ability of one person to change the world. Douglass believed in the power of knowledge, and this coin honors that belief. When you look closely, you can see the tiny details of Douglass's writing desk, the papers, the pen, the chair. These miniature elements are crafted with precision, making the coin feel alive, like a frozen moment in time. Under bright light, the coin reveals a beautiful shine, reflecting the craftsmanship of the United States Mint. The luster flows across the metal like liquid silver, giving the coin a sense of elegance and pride. Collectors know that coins like this, with such strong historical meaning and such stunning artwork, tend to gain importance over time. That is why many people store high-grade examples in protective holders, ensuring that they survive for future generations. So, as we near the end of this journey, remember this: the Frederick Douglass 2017 quarter is more than just a piece of metal. It is a tribute to a man who changed America, a piece of art crafted with devotion, and a collector's treasure waiting to be discovered. You ever find a 2017 Frederick Douglass quarter, especially in shiny, untouched condition or with an unusual minting error, keep it safe. You never know what rare treasure you may be holding. And make sure you comment below about your own coins so our channel can help you learn their stories and find out how much they may truly be worth. The highest reported value for a rare and pristine 2017 Frederick Douglass Washington quarter dollar has reached an incredible $34,000. Comment below about your own coins so we can help you discover their true worth, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel, comment your thoughts, and like the video to support our work as we continue exploring the fascinating world of rare and valuable American coins. Top 3. Every once in a while, a simple coin becomes a doorway into the heart of American history, and today's journey begins with one such treasure. The United States of America Washington quarter dollar from the state of Michigan, minted in the year 2004, is more than just a piece of currency. It is a map, a memory, and a masterpiece all cast into metal. From the moment you look at this coin, you feel the sense of pride, the vastness of natural beauty, and the deep connection Michigan holds with its Great Lakes heritage. Imagine standing on a shoreline in Michigan as cold waves roll in, the wind whispering stories of ships, islands, and monumental journeys. The 2004 Michigan State Quarter captures this world in miniature. Born through the iconic 50 State Quarters program, this coin carries with it a legacy of artistry and identity. States waited eagerly for their moment to shine, and when Michigan's turn came, it chose to share the powerful beauty of its waters. The stunning reverse design features a detailed outline of the state itself, surrounded by the Great Lakes that define its borders and shape its culture. The phrase Great Lakes State proudly engraved across the coin reminds collectors of Michigan's place in America's geography and history. The design is simple, elegant, and deeply symbolic of the state's natural wonders, but before this design was selected, dozens of ideas were submitted and reviewed. Artists drew inspiration from Michigan's rich heritage, its automotive industry, its forests, and its lakes. In the end, the lakes won. Nothing speaks of Michigan more powerfully than the waters that cradle it. The design that made it onto the coin became an instant favorite, admired for both its clarity and its meaning. Collectors adore the Michigan quarter for its clean, striking design. Unlike many quarters with busy imagery, this coin stands out with its bold outline and smooth composition. The Great Lakes appear like shimmering marks of history, carved with precision to show how deeply they connect with the state's identity. The obverse still features the beloved portrait of George Washington, a design that has stood the test of time since 1932. But when you flip the coin, the reverse side draws you into a story of nature, water, and Michigan's powerful place among the northern states. This contrast between classic and contemporary design gives the coin a unique presence. What often elevates this quarter into treasure territory is not only the design but the condition. Coins that remain shining, crisp, and untouched become highly valuable to collectors who seek perfection. A pristine example of the 2004 Michigan quarter looks almost like a tiny silver mirror of the Great Lakes themselves. Beyond condition, some Michigan quarters carry rare minting errors that dramatically increase their value. Double strikes, die cracks, off-center strikes, and missing details have all been reported, and each of these unusual variations transforms a normal coin into an extraordinary find. Stories of collectors discovering such rare pieces continue to inspire new enthusiasts every day. Millions of Michigan quarters were minted, but only a small fraction survived in exceptional condition. Most circulated through pockets, stores, banks, and coin jars, gathering scratches and wear. That is why the few untouched examples, preserved since the day they were minted, have become so sought after. Imagine a collector examining a Michigan quarter under a magnifying glass. The lake outlines sharp, the text crisp, the fields smooth and glowing with mint luster. That moment, when they recognize perfection, is what makes coin collecting magical. It is the moment they know they are holding something rare. Some of the most valuable Michigan quarters were discovered unexpectedly, inside old envelopes, mixed with change from the early 2000s, or tucked away in drawers where they rested for years without ever entering circulation. These discoveries feel like uncovering buried treasure. Collectors appreciate how accurately the Great Lakes are represented on the coin. The design isn't exaggerated or stylized, it is true to Michigan's geography, showing the lakes as natural borders that define the state like a protective embrace. This realism adds both charm and significance. Michigan's identity is deeply tied to its waters. The lakes are stories of trade, travel, storms, shipwrecks, discoveries, and communities built around their shores. This coin reflects all of that history in a single glance, making it one of the most meaningful designs of the entire 50 State Quarters series. As time passed, the Michigan quarter gained respect among collectors not only for its design but for its scarcity in flawless condition. Pristine examples have crossed auction blocks with surprising results, sparking more interest and encouraging collectors to search for their own hidden gems. The 2004 Michigan quarter also appeals to collectors who love geography. The clean outline of the state serves as a reminder of the unique shape that makes Michigan instantly recognizable. The upper and lower peninsulas, separated and yet united by the lakes. Many collectors admire how the Great Lakes appear almost alive on the coin's surface. The engravings resemble flowing water, catching light in a way that gives the impression of gentle movement. This subtle artistic detail is a testament to the craftsmanship of the United States Mint. Picture the moment a collector opens a protective holder containing a flawless Michigan quarter. The shine is almost blinding, the details sharp, the surfaces smooth. Other collectors gather around, admiring the rarity of such a perfect piece. It becomes the showpiece of any collection. The coin also carries an emotional element. For people who grew up in Michigan, this quarter feels like home. It reminds them of summers by the lakes, fishing trips, lighthouse visits, and the beauty of the northern forests. A simple coin becomes a memory preserved in metal. Among the state quarters, the Michigan design stands out because of its simplicity and clarity. It communicates identity without complexity, elegance without overcrowding. This balance is part of what makes it artistically impressive and highly collectible. The quarter also tells a story of nature's power. The Great Lakes shape Michigan's climate, history, and economy. They influence the lives of millions, and this quarter honors that connection. It feels like a tribute to the natural world, rare in modern coin designs. With time, the coin's popularity has grown. High-grade examples certified by professional grading services have reached incredible values, turning heads at shows and auctions. Collectors now actively hunt for early die strikes, sharp details, and untouched surfaces. Some collectors focus on hunting for error varieties specifically from Michigan quarters. These rare mistakes are incredibly valuable because they combine historical imagery with unique minting anomalies, making them standout pieces in any serious collection. The Michigan quarter also appeals to beginners who are fascinated by geography and state pride. Its clean design makes it easy to identify, and its potential value makes it exciting to search for. Many collectors remember this coin as one of the first that sparked their interest in coin collecting. Stories continue to surface about Michigan quarters being sold at higher prices than expected, surprising sellers who never imagined that their ordinary-looking coin could be worth so much. These stories fuel more searches and keep collectors engaged. As more years pass, the number of pristine Michigan quarters naturally decreases. That means the rare survivors become even more precious. Time itself becomes part of the coin's value, adding weight to its history and significance. Collectors often describe the Michigan quarter as a design that feels peaceful. The flowing lakes and smooth outline evoke calm, like standing on a shoreline watching the water stretch toward the horizon. It is a coin that invites reflection. Even today, 2 decades after its release, the Michigan quarter continues to inspire collectors around the world. Its beauty, symbolism, and rarity all work together to make it one of the standout state quarters that people proudly display in their collections. So now, as we reach the end of our journey through the history and beauty of the 2004 Michigan-Washington quarter dollar, remember that these coins are more than objects. They are stories cast in metal, memories preserved through time, and treasures that remind us of America's natural wonders. If you ever come across a 2004 Michigan quarter, especially one in shiny, untouched condition or with unusual minting errors, keep it safe. You might be holding something far more valuable than you realize. And make sure to comment below about your own coins so our channel can help you discover their stories and learn their true worth. The highest reported value for a rare and pristine 2004 Michigan-Washington quarter dollar has reached an astonishing $82,000. Comment below about your own coins so we can help you learn more about them, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel, comment your thoughts, and like the video to support our work as we continue exploring the fascinating world of rare American coins. Top 4. The story of this beautiful coin begins deep within the winding mountain roads of the American South, where misty peaks rise into the sky and endless scenic views stretch farther than the eye can see. The United States of America Washington quarter dollar honoring the Blue Ridge Parkway, released in 2015, is not just a coin but an invitation to travel through one of the most peaceful and enchanting landscapes in the entire country. When you hold this coin in your hand, it feels like standing at an overlook at sunrise, watching layers of mountains fade into the morning light. The America the Beautiful Quarters program, known for its breathtaking designs and rich storytelling through metal, proudly introduced this Blue Ridge Parkway coin to capture the soul of one of America's most cherished scenic highways. This winding road stretches across Virginia and North Carolina, connecting visitors with forests, wildlife, mountains, and history. The quarter, with its detailed and poetic imagery, carries that journey within its engraved lines. The reverse design features a curved stretch of the famed Lynn Cove Viaduct, perhaps the most iconic structure along the Blue Ridge Parkway. This architectural marvel wraps around the rugged slopes of Grandfather Mountain, and seeing it on the coin instantly transports viewers into the heart of the Appalachian Range. The artists who crafted this design wanted the coin to feel like a snapshot of nature, a moment frozen in time where mountain beauty meets human engineering. The viaduct curves gracefully across the coin, symbolizing harmony between innovation and nature. Beneath it, lush forest lines the mountainside, reminding collectors just how vibrant and untouched the Blue Ridge Mountains truly are. Above it, the distant peaks fade gently, creating a layered look that gives the coin incredible depth for such a tiny canvas. Collectors often say that the Blue Ridge Parkway quarter is one of the most artistic in the entire series. Its soft curves, smooth lines, and balanced design evoke a sense of calm, as though the viewer is taking a slow scenic drive with the wind whispering through the trees. This feeling of peace and wonder is part of what makes the coin unforgettable. You flip the coin over to the obverse, the timeless portrait of George Washington remains, steady and traditional as always. But the reverse is where the story unfolds. Here, the natural world takes center stage, etched with care to honor the landscapes that millions of visitors admire each year along the famous parkway. Collectors who search for this coin quickly realize that condition matters immensely. A perfectly preserved Blue Ridge Parkway quarter, with sharp details and original mint luster, shines like a mountain sunrise. These pristine examples are increasingly rare and harder to find as the years pass, which is why collectors treasure them deeply. Some of the most valuable examples include minting errors, rare mistakes that transform a regular quarter into a remarkable collectible. Off-center strikes, doubled images, die cracks, and filled elements have all been found in certain 2015 quarters. These errors make the coin far more desirable and elevate its value dramatically. Both the Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the Blue Ridge Parkway quarter, but only a very small number remain in flawless condition. Most entered circulation, where they were tossed into pockets, dropped into vending machines, and spent thousands of times. This every day were erased the fine details that collectors now search for. Imagine carefully examining a flawless example under bright light, the viaduct's curve perfectly formed, the mountain ridges crisp, and the forest shadows still visible. Such a coin catches your breath, not just because of its rarity but because of the artistry that survived untouched. Some collectors discovered valuable examples in the most unexpected places, inside old change jars, hidden in forgotten drawers, or mixed into pocket change during a regular day. These surprising finds always bring excitement and remind people that treasures can appear anywhere. The Blue Ridge Parkway quarter also appeals to nature lovers who cherish the peaceful beauty of the Appalachian Mountains. For them, this coin is more than a collectible, it's a souvenir of memories spent hiking, exploring overlooks, and watching sunsets on mountain ridges. Many collectors admire how the coin's engravings almost feel alive. The mountains appear to breathe with depth, the viaduct curves like a ribbon of engineering, and the forest beneath looks as if it continues beyond the borders of the coin. This sense of movement and realism makes the coin stand out among others. Over the years, the 2015 Blue Ridge Parkway quarter has gained recognition as one of the most elegant designs of the America the Beautiful series. Its simplicity and grace, along with its connection to one of the most scenic roads in the country, have made it a favorite in coin collections. Some collectors specialize in scenic and nature-themed quarters, and the Blue Ridge Parkway coin is often the centerpiece of their displays. Its connection to mountains, forests, and historic engineering gives it a strong emotional presence. The Blue Ridge Parkway itself is a place of stories of travelers, families, explorers, photographers, and dreamers who have driven along its winding paths. This coin captures that spirit of exploration, making it much more meaningful than an ordinary quarter. When collectors discuss this coin at shows, they often speak of its gentle beauty, how it feels peaceful and inviting, like standing on a quiet overlook surrounded by silence and mountains. That emotional response elevates the coin's desirability even more. some collectors hunt specifically for high-grade examples certified by major grading services. Coins that achieve top-tier grades often become the centerpieces of auctions, attracting competitive bids from collectors who recognize their rarity. The Blue Ridge Parkway coin also appeals to younger collectors who are inspired by nature. It is often one of the first quarters that sparks their interest, because its design is easy to recognize and deeply connected to real places they dream of visiting. As the years pass, perfectly preserved examples have become increasingly scarce, which encourages collectors to store their best finds in protective holders. These coins are saved not only for their beauty but for future generations who will one day appreciate the art and history behind them. Stories continue to emerge of collectors who overlooked the importance of this coin until they learned how rare some versions are. These stories encourage new collectors to examine their coins more closely and appreciate the details they once ignored. Whether you live near the Blue Ridge Mountains or thousands of miles away, this coin offers a piece of nature you can hold in your hand. It feels like a tiny view of rolling hills and curving roads, preserved forever. As time moves forward, coins like this become symbols of American landscapes and the places people love to visit. The Blue Ridge Parkway quarter stands as a proud reminder of the beauty found in nature and the craftsmanship of American coin design. Every line on this coin tells a story, of mountains carved over millions of years, of a scenic highway built with vision, and of a minting process that transformed raw metal into art. That combination of nature and craftsmanship gives the coin its unique charm. The Blue Ridge Parkway quarter remains one of the most admired coins from 2015. And its value continues to rise as collectors discover how few pristine examples exist. The coin represents more than beauty, it represents history, travel, and scenic wonder. So, as we come to the end of our journey through the forests and mountains of this remarkable coin, remember that treasures like this appear in the most unexpected places. And behind every beautiful quarter is a story waiting to be told. You find a 2015 Blue Ridge Parkway quarter in shiny, untouched condition or with unusual minting errors, keep it safe. You may be holding a rare collectible worth far more than you expected. And make sure to comment below about your own coins so our channel can help you discover their stories and their true value. The highest reported value for a rare and pristine 2015 Blue Ridge Parkway Washington quarter dollar has reached an extraordinary $35,000. Comment below about your own coins so we can help you learn more about them. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel, comment your thoughts, and like the video to support our work as we continue exploring the world of rare and valuable American coins. Top 5. The story of the Arkansas State Quarter begins with a quiet dawn rising over the natural state itself. Imagine the warm golden glow of sunlight spreading across rivers, forests, and rolling landscapes, bringing to life a world that inspired one of the most visually striking quarter designs in the entire statehood quarter program. From the moment this coin entered circulation in 2003, collectors felt something special, something almost poetic in the way its design captured the soul of Arkansas. As you hold the Arkansas quarter in your hand, it feels as if you are holding a tiny window into the state's rich heritage. Every line, every curve, every engraved detail tells a story waiting to unfold. This coin is not just currency, it's a miniature portrait of history, geography, and American craftsmanship. And today, we will travel through that entire story together, unraveling why this coin has captured so much fascination in the collecting world. The journey begins with the design process itself, which aimed to showcase Arkansas's natural treasures. The state is known for its crystal lakes, abundant wildlife, and iconic diamonds, the only place in the United States where diamonds can be mined by the public. Therefore, the designers wanted a combination that symbolized purity, beauty, and heritage all in one scene. On the reverse side of the quarter, you see a graceful mallard duck rising above the water, its wings open wide, as if caught in a moment of freedom. That single motion of the duck captures the energy and wild beauty of Arkansas wetlands. Beneath it, a peaceful lake reflects the sky, representing the state's purity of nature. And placed proudly in the foreground are 3 diamonds, symbolizing the crater of Diamond State Park, one of Arkansas's most unique and beloved attractions. Each of these elements works together like pieces of a painting. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or someone discovering coin collecting for the first time, this quarter pulls you into its story with a magnetic style. The designers succeeded in creating a coin so captivating that people often keep it the moment they notice its beauty. Now let's turn back time for a moment and talk about how this quarter fits into the larger tapestry of American coinage. The state quarter program, which ran from 1999 to 2008, became the most successful coin program in United States history. Millions of people became collectors overnight, searching through their change for new quarters, and the Arkansas release was one of the highlights along the way. As soon as the Arkansas quarter entered circulation, people were struck by the contrast and harmony within its design. The combination of wildlife, water, and gemstones made it stand apart from other state quarters, many of which featured buildings, landscapes, or historical moments. Arkansas chose nature and purity, and it became an instant favorite. Collectors soon discovered that certain Arkansas quarters, especially those struck with exceptional clarity or preserved in perfect condition, became highly desirable. Errors and high-grade versions added another layer of excitement to the hunt. Whether it was a double die, a misaligned strike, or an unusually sharp-proof finish, these coins quickly developed a strong following. But to truly appreciate the Arkansas quarter, you must explore its symbolism. The soaring mallard represents freedom and motion, reminding viewers of the state's rich wildlife and protected wetland habitats. The diamonds, on the other hand, represent the spirit of adventure. For decades, visitors have traveled to Arkansas to search for real diamonds, hoping to uncover their own treasure in the soil. The water behind the diamonds symbolizes purity, an important message not only for Arkansas but for America as a whole. When you place all these elements together, the design becomes more than art. It becomes storytelling. And storytelling is the heart of every great coin. As the years passed, collectors began paying even closer attention to rare, well-preserved, or unusual Arkansas state quarters. Some were found straight from mint rolls, gleaming like tiny mirrors. Others were discovered by chance in everyday pocket change, tucked unnoticed among ordinary coins. Each discovery carried excitement, because the potential value of high-grade or rare Arkansas quarters grew steadily. Many collectors report feeling a sense of pride when they add the Arkansas quarter to their statehood collection. Not just because of its rarity or beauty, but because it represents a moment in American history when millions of people were brought together by a simple, shared hobby. Families, children, grandparents, everyone searched for the next state quarter, and Arkansas was one of the coins people loved to find. Today, the Arkansas quarter continues to shine in the world of numismatics. It remains a reminder of nature's beauty and America's commitment to commemorating its heritage in a small but powerful way. The coin also continues to surprise collectors, as certain rare specimens still appear in auctions and private sales, carrying impressive price tags. Collectors often ask what makes a specific Arkansas quarter valuable. The answer usually lies in condition, minting quality, rarity, and demand. Coins that look untouched, with shiny surfaces and sharp details, always attract more attention. And because fewer of these high-grade coins survive over time, their value naturally increases. Rarer varieties make the coin even more interesting. A slight shift in the die, an unusual strike pattern, or a minor minting misprint can instantly transform a simple quarter into a treasure worth far more than its face value. These rare pieces excite collectors as they search through rolls, bags, and circulation finds. Another reason this coin holds long-lasting popularity is that its design appeals not only to coin collectors but also to people who appreciate wildlife, nature, geography, and American culture. This wide appeal ensures that interest in the Arkansas quarter will never fade away. Even after 2 decades, the Arkansas quarter continues to attract viewers, researchers, and collectors who want to understand its story. The narrative behind this tiny piece of metal is rich, meaningful, and deeply connected to American identity. And that is why videos about this coin always engage audiences around the world. Before we reach the climax of this story, remember this: if you have collected state quarters or recently checked your change, you might already be holding an Arkansas quarter without realizing its potential. That one small coin could be part of a rare category collectors are always searching for it, so always take a closer look. Examine the details. Observe the brightness, the edges, the clarity of the mallard's feathers, and the reflections on the water. What looks like just a quarter to someone else could be a hidden gem to you. Your discovery might inspire new collectors, new stories, and new excitement. And speaking of discoveries, if you have any coins from any years or series, state quarters, America the Beautiful quarters, pennies, nickels, dimes, or anything else, make sure to comment about them. Share your coin stories, your finds, or your questions, because this channel is here to help you learn more about your own treasures, and together we can explore their histories and values. Now we come to the last part of our story, where we reveal the potential value of a rare, high-quality Arkansas state quarter from 2003. The most exceptional specimens, especially rare error versions or those graded at the highest professional levels, have been known to reach auction prices that would surprise even seasoned collectors. And just like every video on this channel, here's the final message you should always remember. If you have this coin, make sure to comment so we can guide you about your own collection and tell you how much your coin may be worth. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and comment on the video. And remember to like the video to support the channel and help more collectors find this valuable information. And now, as promised, the value of the rarest, highest grade Arkansas state quarter from 2003 can reach as high as $86,000 in words only. Top 6. The story of the Florida state quarter begins with the warm glow of the sun rising over the Atlantic coast, casting soft light over waves that have shaped the history of the Sunshine State for centuries. This coin, released in 2004, captures that long tradition of exploration, beauty, and discovery, all condensed into one breathtaking design that collectors have treasured since the moment it entered circulation. Holding this quarter feels like holding a postcard of America's tropical frontier, a place where history and nature blend into something unforgettable. Florida is known for its beaches, its wildlife, its adventures, and its endless sunshine, and the designers wanted to capture all of that in one image. The result is a quarter that doesn't just sit in your hand, it transports you directly into the world it represents. The reverse side of the Florida quarter is a tribute to exploration and resilience. At the center of the design sits a stunning depiction of a Spanish galleon, a reminder of the early explorers who sailed across oceans to reach the land that would one day become the state of Florida. Its sails appear caught in the wind, as though the ship is still moving forward through history. Beside the galleon is the iconic space shuttle, ascending into the sky with power and purpose. This represents Florida's critical role in America's journey into space, since the state is home to the Kennedy Space Center. No other state quarter connects the past and the future quite like this one, depicting centuries of discovery in a single glance. Below these two symbols of exploration lies the peaceful outline of the state, with lines representing waves washing gently against the shore. The balance of land, sea, past, and future is precisely what makes this coin so captivating. It tells a story of adventure stretching from the time of Spanish sailors to the era of astronauts exploring the cosmos. As collectors began to examine the Florida quarter, many were amazed by the artistic depth hidden in such a small space. The contrast between the dynamic shuttle and the elegant galleon creates a visual narrative of movement, ambition, and growth. Every detail was carved with purpose, making this coin an instant favorite among collectors. The state quarter program became one of the most successful coin programs in United States history, and the Florida release played a major role in that success. People across the nation eagerly searched for it in their pocket change, excited to add this beautiful design to their growing collections. Children, families, teachers, and lifelong collectors all shared in the excitement. One of the reasons this coin stands apart is its dual symbolism. On one hand, it represents centuries of exploration by its depiction of the Spanish ship. On the other hand, it showcases modern innovation through the space shuttle. Collectors appreciate this blend of history and science, and it makes the Florida quarter one of the most beloved state quarters ever created. As the years passed, collectors realized that certain Florida quarters had become increasingly valuable. High-grade examples, especially those preserved in mint state condition, began attracting strong interest at auctions. Errors also appeared, such as slightly misaligned strikes or unusual die impressions, making some versions extremely valuable to collectors. Today, the Florida quarter continues to hold a special place in the world of numismatics. It remains a favorite among collectors not only because of its beauty, but because it represents one of America's most iconic states. Florida's culture, history, and contributions to exploration are all embedded in this single piece of metal. When you look closely at the Florida quarter, you can almost feel the waves beneath the ship and the powerful energy beneath the shuttle. The design invites you to look deeper, to imagine the stories that inspired it, and to reflect on how far the state and its people have come. That emotional connection is one of the reasons collectors consider this one of the greatest state quarter designs. Collectors often ask what gives certain Florida quarters such high value. The answer lies in condition, rarity, detail, and collecting demand. A coin with crisp edges, clean surfaces, and sharp design features is always more valuable. Coins preserved in high grades remain scarce, and anything scarce becomes desirable. Errors also amplify the excitement. A slight shift in the die, an uncommon strike, or an unexpected texture on the metal can transform a normal Florida quarter into a collector's treasure. Searching for these hidden treasures is one of the joys that keeps collectors returning to this series year after year. The Florida quarter also symbolizes the spirit of discovery. Whether it is early explorers searching for new lands or astronauts reaching for the stars, Florida has always been a gateway to adventure. This symbolic meaning boosts its popularity and ensures its lasting appeal among collectors. Even today, enthusiasts still talk about the day they first found a Florida quarter. Some found theirs in pocket change, others discovered gleaming examples in uncirculated mint rolls. Each discovery carries its own story, and that makes the coin even more special. The beauty of collecting is that even the smallest coin can carry enormous history. And the Florida quarter proves this perfectly. It holds stories of oceans crossed, missions launched, and memories made, all in the small circle of metal resting in your hand. As we continue exploring this coin, remember that you might already have one in your collection. It may be hiding in a jar, tucked away in a drawer, or resting in a pocket waiting to be noticed. That one coin could be rare, valuable, or uniquely struck, and many collectors never realize the treasure they are holding. This is why collecting is so exciting. Every moment is an opportunity for discovery. Every coin is a chance to uncover hidden value, historical meaning, or personal connection. The Florida quarter invites people to search, explore, and learn. Before we reach the final part of our story, here is something important for every viewer. If you have any coins from any series, state quarters, America the Beautiful coins, presidential dollars, pennies, nickels, or anything else, make sure to comment below. Share your coin finds, your questions, and your stories, because this channel is here to help you identify your treasures and understand their value. Now that the story of the Florida quarter has unfolded, we arrive at the moment collectors always wait for. This is where we reveal how valuable a rare, high-grade Florida state quarter from 2004 can become in the world of auctions and private collections. Some of the finest specimens, preserved with exceptional detail, have reached values that surprise even experienced numismatists. This brings us to the closing message of the video, a message your channel always shares with love and appreciation. If you have this coin, comment below so we can help you learn how much your own coin might be worth. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and comment on the video to stay connected with upcoming content. And remember to like the video so more collectors can discover this knowledge. And now, as promised, the rarest and highest grade Florida state quarter from 2004 has been known to reach as much as $80,000 in words only. Top 7. The story of the 2007 Washington state quarter begins far before the coin itself was ever minted. It begins in the wild forests, powerful rivers, and towering mountains of the Pacific Northwest, where nature reigns with a beauty so bold that it shapes the spirit of everyone who sees it. When the United States Mint revealed the design for the Washington quarter, collectors and nature lovers alike felt an instant connection. This coin wasn't just a tribute to a state, it was a tribute to wilderness, to strength, and to the untamed landscapes that define the region. As you look at the Washington quarter, one symbol stands out above all, the magnificent Chinook salmon, leaping with determination and energy. That single image captures the soul of Washington, where rivers flow with life and where salmon migrations have shaped ecosystems, cultures, and people for centuries. The design honors both nature's resilience and the state's deep heritage, making the coin a favorite among collectors across the country. Behind the salmon sits the majestic outline of Mount Rainier, rising high above the horizon, calm yet powerful. The mint engravers beautifully blended the movement of the salmon with the quiet strength of the towering mountain. The result is a coin design that feels alive, dynamic in the foreground, peaceful in the background, and balanced in every detail. It is a coin that tells its story instantly, even before you know the history behind it. Collectors quickly noticed that the Washington 2007 quarter stood out from many others in the state quarter program. The contrast between motion and stillness, nature and symbol, gives the coin an energy rarely seen in American currency. Even casual collectors could sense something special, something deeper than simple design. This is why the coin continues to attract so much attention, so much interest, and so many passionate collectors. But what makes the Washington quarter truly exceptional is the way the mint captured the texture and shape of the salmon in mid-jump. The curves of its body, the sharpness of its fins, and the splash beneath it all reveal the engraver's devotion to detail. Under bright light, the carving seems to shimmer like a fish catching sunlight in a real river. That level of craftsmanship is one of the reasons high-grade Washington quarters have become so desirable. Every coin begins its life as a small piece of metal, but few coins leave the mint in the kind of pristine perfection needed to become valuable. Only those struck with exceptional clarity, flawless surfaces, and perfect luster earn the highest grades and the highest value. The Washington quarter is no exception. Among the millions minted in 2007, only a tiny fraction exist today in truly breathtaking gem condition. The journey of these rare specimens is fascinating. Some went straight into collector rolls or mint sets, untouched by circulation. Others were saved by chance because someone noticed their shine or their design. Years later, these carefully kept coins now sit in protective capsules, waiting to be evaluated, admired, and treasured by collectors young and old. The entire state quarter program created a new generation of collectors, but the Washington quarter has a particularly strong following. Many people who grew up in Washington or visited its national parks feel a personal connection to the coin. That emotional tie adds value, not to the metal, but to the heart. And when emotion meets rarity, a coin's status rises far above its face value. The Washington quarter also has an impressive presence when viewed under magnification. The rocky edges beneath the salmon, the shadow lines on Mount Rainier, and the smoothness of the surrounding fields all combine into a miniature art piece. With the right lighting, the coin looks almost alive, as if the salmon is still fighting upstream, frozen in mid-moment but full of energy. As collectors examine their Washington quarters, many hope to find one of these beautifully preserved masterpieces. Some coins appear dull or worn from years of circulation. Others still shine brightly with their original mint luster. But occasionally, someone stumbles upon something extraordinary, a high-grade gem that has survived untouched against all odds. Before we continue deeper into this story, this is your moment as a viewer. If you have any Washington state quarter, whether from 2007 or any other year, make sure to comment below. Tell the channel which coins you have, what condition they appear to be in, and if you notice anything unusual. This channel is dedicated to helping viewers identify their coins and discover their potential value. Your comment might help you uncover a hidden treasure you never knew you owned. Returning to our journey, the Washington 2007 quarter was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, each producing millions of pieces. While most of these coins circulated normally, a much smaller number remained untouched in rolls and sets, escaping the scratches and wear that destroy value. These rare survivors are the ones that reach the highest money at auctions. Collectors often search for examples with deep, brilliant luster, free of marks and struck with razor-sharp detail. When these qualities all appear in a single coin, it becomes a candidate for the highest collectible grades, grades that can push values to astonishing levels. And the Washington quarter has indeed produced such remarkable specimens. Mount Rainier's towering presence on the coin adds a symbolic weight. It reminds collectors of the state's history with nature, volcanoes, forests, and rugged landscapes. The salmon's leap symbolizes endurance, growth, and persistence. Those two images together form a powerful message, making this coin not just a state symbol, but a piece of art in its own right. Over time, more collectors began submitting their Washington quarters for grading. Many came back with average results. A few came back with impressive grades. And an extremely small number came back with near-flawless surfaces and mirror-like shine, coins capable of commanding massive attention in the numismatic market. As the collecting community grows, so does admiration for coins that celebrate nature. The Washington quarter stands at the top of that category. Its design is bold yet peaceful, powerful yet controlled. Every line, every curve, every detail works together to honor the state's natural beauty. Many viewers watching this video might have a Washington quarter hidden somewhere at home, sitting quietly in a drawer, a wallet, or a jar of spare change. The possibility of discovering something rare makes the search exciting. And that excitement is what keeps collectors exploring, learning, and sharing their finds. One of the most fascinating things about state quarters is the mystery behind which ones become rare and which ones become common. Sometimes a simple piece that looks ordinary ends up being the most valuable. The Washington quarter has several known high-grade survivors that shocked collectors with their auction prices, proving that treasure often hides in plain sight. The Washington 2007 quarter also represents a final era in U.S. coinage, just before the release of the follow-up America the Beautiful series. Many collectors consider this design one of the last great artistic pieces from the state quarter era. Its bold imagery gives it a timeless appeal that continues to attract new enthusiasts. Every year that passes makes surviving high-grade Washington quarters rarer. Time wears coins down. Handling removes luster. Exposure leaves marks. But the lucky few coins protected from harm now represent the best of the best, the elite examples collectors chase with passion and determination. As you explore your own collection, imagine the journey your Washington quarters may have taken, through pockets, drawers, wallets, and homes. Each coin holds stories. Some hold history. And a rare few hold incredible value waiting to be discovered. When collectors gather at shows or auctions, the Washington quarter always draws attention because of its design and scarcity in top grade. Seeing one in perfect gem condition is like seeing a salmon leap in real life, a moment full of energy that you never forget. Now, as our journey reaches its final moment, we reveal the ultimate part of the story, the value. For the highest graded, exceptionally preserved Washington state quarter from the year 2007, the premium auction record reached an extraordinary amount. That value is what transforms this simple 25-cent coin into a breathtaking treasure. In the highest known grading conditions, this outstanding Washington state quarter has reached a record auction value of $77,000. And before we finish, make sure to comment below about your own coins so we can help identify them. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel, comment on the video, and like the video to support future content. Top 8. The story of the Homestead Quarter begins with the quiet spirit of the American frontier, where families once built their dreams on miles of open land. When the United States Mint released the Homestead Nebraska Quarter in 2015, collectors immediately felt the depth and meaning hidden in its design. This quarter was not just a coin, it was a tribute to the courage, survival, and determination that shaped the heart of America. When you first look at the Homestead Quarter, it feels like a window into the past. It carries the echoes of wagon wheels, the sound of wind sweeping across prairies, and the strength of families who built their future from soil, water, and hard work. This coin represents the true foundation of America, and that alone makes it one of the most emotional designs of the America the Beautiful series. At the center of the coin, you see a wooden house, simple yet strong, representing the many homesteads built under the Homestead Act of 1862. It stands as a symbol of hope for thousands of people who came seeking a new beginning, a place to raise families, and a way to build a life from the land they earned through effort and endurance. Beside the house are two hands reaching toward a water pump, symbolizing both survival and cooperation. Water was life on the frontier, and the hands show the human connection to the land, the effort it takes to build a future, and the unity between families and nature. This detail makes the coin feel alive with meaning. Below the house lies a peaceful patch of soil, representing agriculture and nourishment. Everything on the frontier depended on water and land, and the designers captured this message with remarkable clarity. The balance of house, hands, and water creates a beautiful storytelling image within the coin's small space. Collectors love the homestead quarter because every part of its design represents a chapter of American history. It is not simply a picture, it is a story. And that story continues to attract people from all over the world who appreciate the artistry and the symbolism behind this beautiful coin. When the Homestead Quarter was released as part of the America the Beautiful program, it marked one of the most meaningful stops in the journey across the 56 national parks and historic sites. Nebraska's Homestead National Monument was chosen because it honors the bravery of the pioneers who changed the course of American life forever. As collectors studied the coin, they discovered many unique varieties and striking details that made certain homestead quarters stand out. Some versions displayed sharp, crisp lines on the wooden house and detailed textures in the soil. Others carried special minting characteristics that increased their desirability among numismatists. One of the most famous features associated with the Homestead Quarter is the presence of several error varieties. These include anything from unusual die marks to doubling effects on certain parts of the design. These rare errors have captured the attention of collectors who love searching for hidden treasures. The Homestead Quarter quickly became popular because it carried both history and heart. It reminded people of a time when the American dream required sweat, courage, and perseverance. The coin is a tribute to the men and women who turned open prairies into homes, farms, and communities. Another reason this coin stands out is its emotional connection. When people hold it, they feel a link to ancestors, pioneers, and forgotten stories that shaped the nation. A single glance at the hands reaching for water brings a powerful reminder of how precious life was in those early days. Collectors often comment that the Homestead Quarter feels warm and meaningful compared to other designs. Some coins show buildings, landscapes, or animals, but the homestead design shows something deeper: human survival, human effort, and human determination. This message makes the coin unforgettable. As the years passed, high-grade homestead quarters began to rise in value. Coins preserved in exceptionally clean, untouched condition became especially desirable. These early mint-state examples are now sought after by collectors who understand their importance and rarity. The homestead design appeals to people who love American history, frontier life, agriculture, and cultural heritage. It is a coin that speaks to many different interests at once, ensuring its long-term popularity among collectors everywhere. People also love sharing stories about where they found their homestead quarters. Some discovered perfect examples in mint rolls, while others found theirs in pocket change unexpectedly. Every discovery feels exciting, because this coin carries so much meaning. Even today, collectors continue to search for rare homestead quarters, especially those with special error marks or unusually sharp details. These coins can be worth far more than their face value, and they keep the thrill of coin hunting alive for beginners and experts alike. The Homestead Quarter also holds educational value. Teachers and historians often use it to explain the Homestead Act, the struggles of pioneer life, and the growth of the American heartland. It has become more than just a collectible, it is a tiny piece of American classroom history. As we explore this coin story, remember that treasures are often found in unexpected places. You may already have a homestead quarter tucked away somewhere. It might be in a jar of coins, a pocket, or a forgotten drawer. That one coin could be rare, valuable, or part of a unique variety you have not yet discovered. This is the beauty of coin collecting. Every coin carries a story, and every story leads to another discovery. The Homestead Quarter invites you to look deeper, explore further, and appreciate the history hidden in everyday objects. Before we reach the final part of this video, here is something important for all viewers. If you have any coins from any series, whether state quarters, America the Beautiful quarters, pennies, dimes, nickels, or anything else, make sure to comment about them. This channel helps viewers understand their own coins, their rarity, and their value, so your comments help us guide you. Now we arrive at the exciting conclusion of this story, where we talk about the potential value of a rare, high-grade Homestead, Nebraska quarter from 2015. Some of the most exceptional examples, especially those with rare varieties or extraordinary condition, have reached impressive values at auctions, and here is your channel's closing message that appears in every video. If you have this coin, do not hesitate to comment so we can help you understand how much your own coin may be worth. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and comment on the video for more coin information. And always remember to like the video to support the channel and help other collectors find this content. And now, as promised, the rarest, highest grade Homestead quarter from 2015 can reach the value of $50,000 in words only. Top 9. The story of the District of Columbia quarter begins with a powerful sense of pride, history, and music echoing through the heart of the nation's capital. When this coin was released in 2009, it became one of the most memorable designs ever issued in the District of Columbia and United States Territories quarter program. This coin does not just represent a city, it represents the cultural soul of an entire nation. Holding the District of Columbia quarter feels like holding the rhythm of Washington in your hand. The design celebrates not only the political heart of America, but the artistic heartbeat of the city as well. Instead of monuments or buildings, this quarter features something unexpected, something meaningful, and something deeply connected to American culture. At the center of the design sits a powerful tribute to Duke Ellington, the legendary musician and composer whose influence shaped the world of jazz. The decision to place Duke Ellington on the quarter was bold and inspiring, showing that Washington is not just about government and history, it is about creativity, innovation, and the arts that connect people across generations. Duke Ellington is shown seated at a grand piano, elegant, confident, and poised, reflecting the smooth brilliance of his music. His presence on the coin symbolizes the cultural richness of Washington and the incredible artistic contributions that emerged from the nation's capital. This is a coin that carries rhythm even though it is silent. Above Ellington's portrait rests the motto honoring the city's fight for representation, taxation without representation. This statement has echoed for decades, expressing the long-standing debate about the political rights of Washington residents. By placing this motto on the quarter, the design boldly connects history, politics, and identity into one powerful message. Collectors instantly recognized how unique this design was. While most quarters display landscapes, historic sites, or state symbols, the District of Columbia quarter stands out because it celebrates music, culture, and a fight for justice. It is a tribute to the people who shaped the capital, not just the buildings within it. The release of this quarter held deep significance because it was one of the final issues in the District of Columbia and Territories series. It served as a bridge between the iconic state quarter program and the next phase of American commemorative coins. Many collectors were excited to add it to their albums because of its historic timing. As people examined the quarter, they discovered that its detailed engraving captured the personality and grace of Duke Ellington perfectly. His posture at the piano, the flowing lines of the musical instrument, and the bold text together created a masterpiece that stood out even among other modern designs. Collectors appreciated the artistic depth of the coin, but they also noticed the importance of its message. The quarter highlights a struggle for representation that continues to this day. This combination of culture and political expression makes the coin both visually appealing and historically meaningful. Over the years, collectors found that certain District of Columbia quarters carried errors or special features that made them extremely desirable. These could include doubled elements, slight shifts in the die, or unusual minting marks that separated rare pieces from ordinary ones. Each new discovery added excitement to the collecting world. High-grade versions of this coin quickly gained popularity among numismatists. Coins preserved in pristine, untouched condition showed incredible detail in Ellington's portrait and in the piano lines. These perfect or near-perfect specimens became highly sought after due to their scarcity and beauty. The District of Columbia quarter also gained attention because of its emotional power. Music is something that reaches everyone, regardless of background, and Duke Ellington represents the soul of American jazz. Collectors feel connected not only to history, but to melody, rhythm, and creativity when they hold this coin. This emotional connection helps keep the coin popular even among people who are not collectors. Teachers, musicians, students, and travelers often keep the coin simply because they love the story behind it. That widespread appeal ensures that interest in this quarter will continue for decades. Many collectors share stories about how they first found their District of Columbia quarter. Some discovered it in pocket change during the year of its release, while others found it years later tucked away in a forgotten jar of coins. These stories show how meaningful this coin can be to people from all walks of life. Another reason for its popularity is that Washington, D.C. is a place that belongs to all Americans. It holds the history of the nation, the creativity of its people, and the hope for its future. The quarter's design honors that spirit perfectly, making it a timeless piece of American heritage. As the years passed, the value of high-quality or rare District of Columbia quarters continued to rise. Collectors proudly display them in albums, cases, and showcases, admiring the combination of art, culture, and symbolism that makes the coin stand out among modern designs. The coin serves as a reminder that history is not just found in textbooks or museums, it can be found in your pocket. Even the smallest coin can carry stories of people, places, and struggles that shaped the country. This quarter proves that beautifully. If you look closely at the District of Columbia quarter, you can almost imagine the smooth notes of Duke Ellington's piano filling the air. The design captures not only his image but his spirit. That ability to bring emotion through metal is what makes this coin unforgettable. Collectors often return to this coin when teaching new collectors about the meaning behind designs. It is a perfect example of how a coin can be more than currency. It can be culture, history, music, and identity wrapped into one masterpiece. Even today, rare varieties of the District of Columbia quarter continue to appear in auctions and sales, sometimes reaching impressive values when preserved in perfect condition. The coin remains a favorite among collectors who appreciate artistry and significance. Before we reach the end of this story, here is something important for every viewer watching this video. If you have any coins, whether they are quarters, pennies, nickels, dimes, half dollars, or anything else, make sure to comment below. This channel is here to help you explore your coins, understand their history, and discover their potential value. Now we arrive at the final moments of our journey through the District of Columbia quarter. This is the part collectors always look forward to, when we talk about the potential value of the very best examples of this coin. High-quality versions, especially rare error varieties, have been known to reach values that surprise even experienced collectors, and here is your channel's signature closing message. If you have this coin, comment below so we can help you learn how much your own coin might be worth. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and comment on the video for more collecting knowledge. And be sure to like the video so more viewers can discover this information. And now, as promised, the rarest and highest grade District of Columbia quarter from 2009 has reached the value of $77,000 in words only. Top 10. The story of the Oregon 2005 state quarter begins like a soft breeze rolling across the tall evergreens of the Pacific Northwest, carrying with it history, beauty, and the spirit of the American frontier. When the United States Mint released this coin, collectors instantly felt a connection to its serenity, its elegance, and its unmistakable tribute to one of the most breathtaking landscapes in the world. We are going to take you deep into that story, deeper than just design and metal, and into the soul of the Oregon state quarter itself. It is said that every coin tells a story, but some coins don't just tell a story, they paint a picture. And the Oregon quarter paints a portrait of Crater Lake so vivid that even those who have never visited can almost feel the crisp mountain air. In this video, you will experience the coin the way collectors experience treasure, through storytelling, discovery, and curiosity. So sit back, relax, and let this journey unfold slowly and beautifully. When the Oregon quarter was introduced as part of the legendary state quarters program, it instantly stood out from the rest. Many states chose iconic buildings or famous figures, but Oregon selected nature, raw, untouched, and majestic. Crater Lake isn't just a lake, it is a natural wonder formed from a collapsed volcano, filled with pure, deep blue water. The mint captured that moment in metal, giving us a view of Wizard Island rising quietly from the lake's center. Collectors often speak about the serenity of this design. The tall pines standing guard, the smooth water reflecting the sky, the ridges of the crater walls reaching upward, it all gives the quarter a rare calmness. Even people unfamiliar with coins can sense the tranquility the moment they see it. This beauty is one reason the Oregon State Quarter continues to attract new collectors even decades after its release, but beauty alone does not make a coin rare or valuable. History plays its part. Story plays its part. And the minting process often plays the biggest part of all. In the case of the Oregon Quarter, the special interest lies in the finest, most perfectly preserved examples, coins struck with exceptional clarity, luster, and detail. These high-grade pieces, untouched by circulation, become the treasures collectors compete fiercely to own. Imagine holding such a coin under a bright lamp. The reflection shimmers like sunlight across real water. The waves of the crater edge appear almost three-dimensional. Wizard Island rises with crisp definition. And the deep fields, smooth and flawless, look like untouched glass. This is the kind of visual perfection that turns an everyday quarter into a showpiece worth hundreds or thousands. Behind every state quarter, there is a story of the artists who created it. For the Oregon Quarter, the design came from the deep appreciation of the state's natural majesty. The United States Mint's engravers worked to capture a scene that had to be both realistic and symbolic. They succeeded. Every collector today recognizes the Oregon Quarter instantly, even from a distance, because it radiates identity and pride. While most quarters circulate through hands, pockets, vending machines, and cash registers, only a small fraction survive in gem condition. And those few find their way into protective capsules, collector albums, and auction houses where competition can be intense. It is in these venues that remarkable prices begin to appear. The Oregon State Quarter also has an emotional connection with collectors from the West Coast and beyond. Many people who grew up near Crater Lake feel a special bond with this coin, and sentimentality often fuels the desire to own the best examples. This personal link increases demand, and as demand rises, so do premium values for the rarest specimens, but the Oregon Quarter doesn't need sentimental value alone. Its naturally beautiful design makes it one of the coins that even beginner collectors fall in love with immediately. The story, the look, the symbolism, all combine to create a timeless collectible. And that is the essence of a truly great coin. As we continue, let's take a moment to talk directly to you, the